They felt terrible. Sentían mucha pena, pero mucha pena. They felt terrible about moving city. Moving city is British in America about moving to another city or moving away. They felt terrible about moving city because they had lived in that city their whole lives. Their whole life, my whole life, mi vida entera, toda mi vida. Había vivido en esa ciudad y me da una pena terrible mudarme a otra ciudad. I felt terrible, en mi caso también, I felt terrible about moving from one city to another because I had lived my whole life in my first city. But sometimes it's good to meet new friends, to make new friends. But originally, at the beginning, I felt terrible about moving to another city, but that's life. I'll have to get used to a new city.
Welcome back to another advanced level show. This time we're going to look at a really long sentence, so let's get straight to it. Vamos al grano. They felt terrible about moving city. They'd lived there their whole lives. Eso significa, pues se sintieron fatal por mudarse de ciudad. Llevaban toda la vida viviendo ahí. Bien, vamos a partes. They felt terrible about something. To feel terrible about something is pues sentirse fatal por algo, ¿vale? I feel terrible about what happened. Me siento fatal por lo que ocurrió. He feels terrible about what happened too. Ahora sí, when we follow on with a verb, cuando continuamos con un verbo, hemos de expresarlo en gerundio. ¿Por qué? Porque tenemos la preposición about. Y siempre, casi siempre, después de las preposiciones en inglés, hemos de expresar los verbos en gerundio, es decir, acabado en ing. They felt terrible about moving city. ¿Vale? Move. To move, no moving, sino moving, es mudar de. ¿Ok? Mudar de ciudad, moving city.
Hi guys, Felicity here. Todo el mundo se siente fatal en estos momentos. Everybody feels terrible at the moment. I know what they need. They need some Felicity fun time. Fun, fun, fun. George feels terrible about eating all of the chocolates. Yes, he feels terrible about eating all of the chocolates. That's right, in English we say he feels terrible about, or he feels good about, or he feels great about. Repeat with me. George feels terrible about eating all of the chocolates. Oh, perfect, guys. I know what he needs. He needs to cheer up, cheer up, cheer up. That's right, George. Cheer up. Harriet feels terrible about shouting at me yesterday. Well, Harriet, don't worry. You need to cheer up, cheer up, cheer up. I'm going to make sure everyone is happy, happy, happy. Oh, guys, there's no need to feel terrible about anything. Cheer up. Fun, fun, fun.
Bien, vamos a seguir con la frase, pero antes de hacerlo, como no me dio tiempo en la última parte, quería incidir en una cosa, que es la siguiente. En inglés, cuando se trata de mudarse de casa o de mudarse de ciudad, nosotros decimos directamente to move house, sin preposición alguna. To move city, ¿vale? Bien, vamos con la siguiente parte de la frase. They'd lived there, bla, 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 todo su vida, ¿no? Llevaban viviendo ahí. Bien, vamos a ver por partes. ¿Cómo dirías en inglés? Llevo viviendo aquí 3 años. Pues I have lived here for 3 years. Ahora, él llevaba viviendo aquí, pues tenemos que hacer un paso hacia atrás en el tiempo. ¿Ya? I have lived here for 3 years. Llevo viviendo aquí 3 años. Pues llevaba viviendo ahí sería I had. Eso es, convertimos have en had. Y el resto, el participio, sigue igual. I have lived here for 3 years. Llevo 3 años viviendo aquí. Y I had, o I'd, con la contracción, I'd lived here for 3 years. I'd lived there for 3 years. Llevaba viviendo ahí 3 años. Bien.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, have I ever told you about Joanna, who I met in Miami? No. Joanna, I met her when I was on holiday in Miami, and she came here just to be close to me. She'd lived there practically all her life. Yeah, she'd moved down from New York, where she'd lived since she was born. Joanna, we ended up falling in love, a romantic relationship. She was really disappointed when I had to leave, eh? Naturally. We say she had lived like this. She'd lived. Try it. She'd lived there. Good. When she moved, she soon got used to living on her own. But it didn't take her long before she realized the mic machine doesn't like to turn the ladies down. I felt bad for her. She had to go back, but I'd always lived like that.
Bien, todos sabemos que la palabra life, la vida, se pronuncia así, life, con F, y se escribe con F además. Pero ¿cómo sería la misma palabra en el plural? No decimos lives, sino lives, con V. Hay un cambio ahí en la ortografía. Lives. Y vemos ese plural irregular dentro del contexto de nuestra frase de hoy. They'd lived there their whole lives. Llevaban toda su vida viviendo ahí. Como estamos hablando de varias personas, no podemos decir his whole life, sino their whole lives. Whole como la vida entera. Toda su vida. Their whole lives. Bien, estamos hablando de hacer mudanzas. ¿Os recordáis, no? Que decimos siempre to move house, sin preposición alguna. Pues, ¿quién nos ayuda a move house? Who helps us to move house? Removal men help us to move house. Removal men son los mozos que nos ayudan a hacer las mudanzas, los hombres de la mudanza. ¿Qué es nuestra palabra del día? Removal men. ¿Vale? Bien, vamos a retomar la frase tan larga que tenemos hoy, que es They felt terrible about moving city. Se sintieron fatal por mudarse de ciudad. They'd lived there their whole lives. Llevaban toda la vida viviendo ahí.
I've been a good person my whole life. Some people disagree, but that's because they don't know me. I've been a good person my whole life. I've been helping people to do their jobs properly my whole life. My father, he helped people to do their jobs properly his whole life. My father helped people his whole life. My mother, she helped people her whole life. My mother, she looked after us kids her whole life. She was always helping us. Then there's some people, like some of the guests at this hotel. Seems like they're on vacation their whole lives. Their whole lives. Their whole lives. Their whole lives. Repite conmigo. Their whole lives. Yeah, it seems like they're on vacation their whole lives. Or Felicity and George, for example. They'd lived in Nutty City their whole lives, and then they moved here and they felt terrible. But now they're really happy.